Good morning, students. I am Rakesh Kumar. I am again with you with the previous chapter Earthquake. At first, I am going to revise the previous class. It means the things taught in previous class. We have discussed about the natural phenomena in which we have discussed the meteorological phenomena and geological phenomena. Just I have told earthquake, volcanic eruption are the geological phenomena, whereas the thunderstorm, raining, cyclones, etc. are the meteorological phenomena. In previous class, we have discussed that in this chapter, the four main questions are rises. First is what is earthquake? Second, what is the cause of earthquake? Third, what are the effects of earthquake? And fourth, how we can minimize the earthquake. So, I have given some homework to you. Some students have submitted me the homework. What is the earthquake? What is the causes of earthquake? But today I am going to start with the cause of earthquake, means how the earthquake is caused. In previous class, we have mainly discussed what is the earthquake and effects of earthquake, means what happens when earthquake comes. Now, in today's class, our main focus is on the cause of earthquake. Now, before knowing the cause of earthquake, we have to study the internal structure of the earth. Now, this is the cross view of earth, in which outer plate or outer structure is known as lithosphere, which is made of the several tectonic plates. These plates, means these tectonic plates, is not like a blanket, but actually it is in the broken form. Whenever the molten material like lava exert pressure on the tectonic plates, then there may be interaction between the two plates, due to which earthquake is caused. As there are so many plates in broken state, so they move here and there in the deep earth crust by the pressure released by the lava, molten material on these plates. You may say, here molten lava is present. This molten lava exert the pressure on the tectonic plates. In fact, that lava try to comes out from the surface of earth. In order to come out from the surface of earth, this molten material exert pressure on the tectonic plates. In some cases where the tectonic plate is weak, this molten material may comes out from the surface of earth, which is termed as volcanic eruption. I am repeating again. Molten material, when comes out from the surface of earth, then this is known as volcanic eruption. In your social sciences class, you may learn about the volcano and the region of the earth where volcano takes place. Volcano is of three types, but it is beyond our syllabus, means beyond the syllabus of science. This is the part of social science. So here my concentration is only on the earthquake. So whenever molten material comes out from the surface of earth, then that is known as volcano. But whenever this molten material exert the pressure on the tectonic plates, then tectonic plates move very slowly, and a time comes whenever the two plates strike with each other. As a result, the force is exerted by one plate on the another plate, due to which sudden tremor is produced, which is known as earthquake. So whenever it is asked that what is the cause of earthquake, then we say movement of tectonic plates inside the earth crust or deep below the earth crust cause the earthquake. I am repeating again. Movement of the tectonic plates inside the earth crust cause the earthquake whenever these tectonic plates strike with each other. I am again repeating. When the tectonic plates present inside the earth crust strike with each other by the force exerted by molten magma or lava, then earthquake is caused. Whenever the tectonic plates present inside the earth crust strike with each other by the force exerted by the molten magma or lava, then earthquake is caused. So, cause of earthquake is the movement of tectonic plate inside the earthquake. Movement of the molten tectonic plates by the force exerted by the molten magma, means lava, inside the earth crust cause the earthquake. By the molten magma volcano is also caused, but in volcano the molten magma comes out from the surface of earth, whereas in earthquake the molten magma means lava doesn't comes out from the surface of earth, but it only exerts the pressure on the tectonic plates due to which they strikes. So here one question may rises that what is the difference between the earthquake and the volcano? In volcano, the molten magma comes out from the surface of earth. The molten magma exerts the pressure on the tectonic plate and they make a path for coming out from the surface of earth. Means molten magma comes out the surface of earth by making a gap between the two tectonic plates, while in earthquake the molten magma doesn't comes out from the surface of earth. It only exerts the pressure on the tectonic plates due to which they strikes with each other, which results in the form of earthquake. In this section, you see the movement of tectonic plates due to which earthquake is caused. These two plates strike with the two sides, due to which tremor is produced, means seismic waves are produced, which results in the form of earthquake. Now, whenever earthquake comes, then not only tremor is produced, but a hissing sound is also produced in some cases. This is became clear by this activity. For activity, take a small branch of tree holding its both ends, bend it slowly. As it is bent, energy get build up in it. A point will be reached where the branch suddenly snaps. At this point, the energy within the branch is released, causing the branch to vibrate and produce a cracking sound. It means if we take a branch of tree and apply the force with his or her hand, then energy present inside the branch is get compressed, and a situation come whenever this energy comes out from the branch of tree and we get a hissing sound. Also, the branch of tree which is broken in two parts vibrates. Earthquake just happen like this. Whenever the two tectonic plates strikes with each other, then some sound is produced and that shock waves comes out from the ground. So here by this activity it is became clear that earthquake is caused by the striking of two tectonic plates, due to which shock waves are produced and energy is released outside the surface of earth. Now, you may do this activity, but I think first activity means activity 3 is enough for understanding the cause of earthquake. Now, main point. Now, main points related with earthquakes. There are two important points: focus and the epicenter. Focus is the point below the deep earth crust where the two tectonic plates strikes with each other. I am repeating again. Focus is such point inside the earth crust where the two tectonic plates strike with each other. The focus of earthquake lie in the deep earth crust or below the earth crust. But to map the focus is difficult, or mapping of focus is very difficult. So we map the epicenter of the earthquake. So epicenter is the point just above the focus on the surface of earth crust, from where the tension is released. I am repeating again. Focus. Focus is the point where the earthquake is produced below the deep earth crust. Focus is the point where the earthquake is produced below the deep earth crust. Epicenter. Epicenter is the point just above the focus on the surface of earth, from where the tension is released. Means the tension comes out, or you say epicenter is the point just above the focus which lie on the surface of earth crust, from where the seismic waves comes out. So here you may differentiate between the focus and epicenter. Focus is the point where the earthquake is caused and it lie inside the deep earth crust, while the epicenter is the point on the surface of earth, from where the seismic wave or tension comes out from the surface of earth, and epicenter lie on the surface of earth crust just above the focus. So whenever we have to differentiate between the focus and earthquake, focus and epicenter, a question may be asked that difference between the focus and epicenter. Here, three questions can be asked. What do you mean by focus? So, if you have to write the homework, then you may write first, what do you mean by focus? Second, what do you mean by epicenter? And third one question is, differentiate between the focus and the epicenter. I am again going to reply of these three questions. I am suggesting you that During watching my video, you may write the question, what is focus? First, what is focus? Second, what is the epicenter? And third, differentiate between focus and epicenter. So, for first question, you have to write the point below the deep earth crust where earthquake is generated or originated is known as focus. Focus lie below the earth crust. Now second, what is epicenter? So epicenter is the point just above the focus on the surface of earth. Epicenter is the point just above the focus on the surface of earth from where the seismic wave comes out or seismic waves spreads. Now third question, what is the difference between the focus and epicenter? You may write the difference between the focus and epicenter. In left side you write focus and right side you may write epicenter. In focus, first point, focus is the point where earthquake is generated inside the deep earth crust. Now in epicenter you write epicenter is the point just above the focus on the surface of earth from where the earthquake or seismic wave comes out. Second point, in focus lie within the deep earth crust, and in epicenter you may write epicenter lie above the surface of earth, or you may write on the surface of earth. So I think these three questions are clear and you may write these three questions as homework. Now one thing more, when seismic wave comes out from the epicenter, then the strength of these seismic waves or intensity of these earthquake decreases as we go away from the epicenter. I am repeating again. Strength or intensity of the earthquake decreases continuously as we move away from the epicenter. Okay, now prediction of earthquake. Prediction of earthquake. Before this, I am going to a short revision again. We have learned what is earthquake, what are the effects of earthquake, and what is the cause of earthquake. Now, we again learn about the terms related with earthquake, means focus and epicenter. Now, next topic is prediction of earthquake. Earthquake cannot be predicted like the meteorological phenomena, for example thunderstorm, cyclone. Like thunderstorm and cyclone, we cannot predict the earthquake before it's happening. Whenever we talk about the meteorological phenomena, then nowadays we have the capacity to predict the meteorological phenomena. It means we may forecast that after 24 hour or after 72 hour or 42 hour such type of meteorological phenomena can happen, but we cannot predict that after 24 hour or after 48 hour or after 6 hour or 2 hour earthquake is caused in the this particular region of the earth. So if we summarize these all fact, we can see that earthquake cannot be predicted before it's happening. We can only measure the intensity of earthquake whenever it happens. Means we can measure the intensity of earthquake after the happening of earthquake. We cannot predict the earthquake before the happening. Some scientists have developed the instrument known as seismometer, with the help of which we are able to measure the intensity of earthquake. It means with the help of seismometer we can record the happening of earthquake as well as the intensity of earthquake. It means how strong the earthquake was, not the is. Because if we see the earthquake have the such intensity, then it may be wrong. We have to say the intensity of earthquake was. Why? Because whenever the happening of earthquake became past, then we measure the intensity. Actually, we measure the intensity at same time by that device, means seismometer, but it can be announced after some time, so it certainly be passed. Now, something about the earthquake. The earthquake is measured by the seismometer or seismograph, in which a scale is fitted which is known as Richter scale. With the help of this scale, we can measure the intensity of earthquake. This Richter scale is named after Dr. Charles F. Richter, in which we measure the amplitude of seismic waves. Now, some few facts about the Richter scale or Richter scale. This scale is not a linear scale like our meter scale. This scale is not a linear scale like our meter scale. On this scale, increase of the intensity, means magnitude, in by 2 means 10 to the power 2 or 100 times more destructive energy. Similarly, if the increase of intensity or magnitude is 3 times 10 to 3 times, then destruction may be 10 to the power 3 times. It means on increase of magnitude on this scale by 1, the destruction increase by 10 to the power 1. If magnitude increases by 2, then destruction increases by 10 to the power 2. Magnitude increases by 3 times, then the destruction increases by 10 to the power 3 times. So, this is the fact about the Richter scale. Now, here some table is given by which we have to are in the position that we can discuss the effects of earthquake by a certain magnitude for a certain magnitude of the earthquake. From here means from Richter scale, the question may be asked how the earthquake is measured. Reply is earthquake is measured by the seismometer or seismograph. Second question, in seismograph which type of scale is used? So we write in Richter scale in seismograph Richter scale is used, which is not a linear scale. Now, if the magnitude of the earthquake is 2.5 on the Richter scale or in seismograph or seismometer magnitude is 2.5, then such type of earthquake generally not felt by human being but recorded on the seismometer. Whenever the magnitude increases by 3.5, then it can be felt by many people. But whenever the magnitude increases to 4.5, then some local damage is caused, means crack in building and dams may occur. But whenever the magnitude is recorded as 6.0, this is known as destructive quake or destructive earthquake. But whenever magnitude increases to 7.0, this is known as major destructive earthquake. And whenever magnitude is 8.0 and above, then this is known as highly destructive earthquake, which have the capacity to destroy the entire population of this locality. So, there is a suggestion from me. From this topic, you have to memorize about the Richter scale and the damage caused by the earthquake by the certain increase of intensity, means this part. And must remember this table. But why? Because in your examination one question is fixed from this section. So now I am going to end the today's class. In next class we discuss about the protection against the earthquake, means how we can protect ourselves by the earthquake. And after that we will discuss the question answer related with this topic. Okay, good day, thank you.